Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe, and you're checking out Weekend at Gabe's, and thanks for checking out this latest episode. While you're here, also follow us on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. Thanks for checking us out. All right, it's 8:40 here on Weekend at Gabe's. Let's reset real quick. We have Benny the Jet on deck in the green space. But let's do a little bit of reintroduction to Sam Crane. I'm Weekend Gabe. You're checking out Weekend at Gabe's. Give us a follow on all the socials below your screen there. Weekend Gabe, Weekend at Gabe's, and the real Sam Crane. Trust me when I tell you, it's the best thing you could do today, besides checking in with us. But the chat space is buzzing like none other. Junebug really brought out the fans today. So thank you all for joining us, who are joining us for the first time. We appreciate you giving us your time today. All right, joining us now. Another person who may have to answer if he's from the crib or not, but he's holding it down. It is a pleasure to introduce this exciting artist. We talked about this at the beginning. He's been making the rounds. He was in New York. He was in Iowa City. He just did a show with Afro Man. He was out there with Luna Gray. He met up with 50 Cent. He is a person who is moving and shaking and documenting everything he's doing. It's a pleasure to introduce you the King of Jersey. Every Instagram photo has a jersey on him. He handles it. He does it well. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm in a hotel room right now, so if the acoustics are weird, I apologize.
Oh, you all good, bro.
All gravy, man. Thank you so much for giving us your time, man. You like we were mentioning, you are a man on a mission, collecting flyer miles or bus miles. I don't know how you're moving through these states, but you're doing it. Talk about how important that is to do the networking and to get out there, because too far often a lot of our local talent they keep waiting until for someone to pick them up, and you're not waiting. You're out there moving the product and moving the goods and hitting stages outside of Chicago.
Yeah, man, it's super important. I mean, networking is everything in the industry, as you guys know. So really just putting yourself out there is super important. It's been a lot of fun. I don't know. It's been a journey so far. This summer was crazy. This month is super crazy for me. Out in Arizona with Lex Bratcher. She's headlining. I'm an opener. And then I'll be out in Florida. We're about to sell a show in Jacksonville for Halloween. So it's like the next day. So I'll be in different time zones and two different it'll be crazy, but it's been a lot of fun, man.
Fantastic.
Has it been weird sort of like navigating all of this traveling with COVID? Because I've seen you pretty much your whole career. I don't think you've ever been higher than the heights that you're at right now.
Yeah.
So like, how important is it to keep that ball rolling when people are so hesitant to travel, so hesitant to do shows? How complicated is that?
You just gotta keep doing it. I mean, it does affect ticket sales and stuff, but the real fans show out, and I love being able to travel and make new fans, because I kind of have I don't want to sound cocky, but I have Iowa City on lock right now. Everywhere I go, they know me, but I don't want to just be comfortable in the hometown Iowa City space. And actually, that's something that my boy Mike Watts, shout out Mike Watts, told me a long time ago. He's like, man, he's like, you got a flow and stuff, but you gotta stop sticking to what's comfortable with you. You know what I mean? Like, I was rapping about local places and stuff like that. That's cool and all, but you gotta get out there. So it's been a lot of fun. It's the whole COVID thing though. Definitely it affected my tour.
Right? Yeah, you was just about to head out on tour with
that
a
was
lot of people.
huge bummer, man. I put a lot of money and time and effort into that. But it's just a minor setback, and I think next time we'll be more prepared. There's some things that I wasn't quite prepared for, that I didn't realize I wasn't prepared for, that kind of tripped me up on that tour. So I'm really happy. Well, not happy, but I'm grateful that things worked out the way they worked out.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I also seen you you're in LA and you're doing the Car Chronicles freestyles.
Oh, that was
so you were out.
That was in Illinois.
Oh, that was here. Oh, all right. Well, it looked like LA.
But that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
No, I was going to ask you about that, like just sort of like the freestyle component to making music. Is that something that you get excited about because usually sometimes artists aren't great at that, but you seem to have a good knack for it.
You can ask Sam himself. I haven't always been the best at freestyling, but it's just been a journey, and it's just like with anything you do, exercise. Freestyling is exercise. The more you do it, the better you get. The more different flows you can pick up on, different wordplay like that. So really like it's just fun to me. I don't really take it like it's not that I don't take it seriously, but I just do it more as like a exercise or just to keep myself on point and make sure my bars and everything are sharp because you never know. Like I was on This Is 50, which is 50 Cent's radio station. I got interviewed on there and I freestyled on that, and he wasn't expecting it because they never had anybody from Iowa on that show. So it was wild.
Yeah, exactly.
York, and he's like, "You want to spit some shit?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I don't think he was expecting me to. I thought he was gonna think I'd say no. But I'm in that moment. You guys like, so I have like a cough drop in my mouth right now. But you guys,
you good?
Seize every moment you can. Like that's DJ Thorough. That's an old school DJ, 50 Cent's boy. He's with Boy Wonder. Like you can't be afraid to be in those situations because you never know who's gonna see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hone in on Iowa City for a quick second, because that like you said, you got it on lock, and I think the perception externally, especially coming from people with a big city perspective, is that when you would go to sort of shows and stuff in Arizona, they would be like, "Oh, this kid from Iowa, let's count him out." But I think it's almost the other way around. Like it's home that ends up hating on you more than like people from away.
Exactly.
Talk about that.
Yeah, it was crazy because in Iowa City, it's very people. Like you said, you've known me my whole career, and they remember Lil Benny before the jet. You know what I mean?
Before the jerseys.
Yeah. So like they have like this attitude about like, oh, like I knew him before he thinks he's someone he isn't, but like the whole thing is growth is real, and you change every year, every week, every day. So I'm not that same person anymore, and yeah, it's been crazy because just last like the last show I did at Gabe's, not the Afro Man show, but I got some beef with some rappers and stuff, and he brought his whole crew and they booed me. I've never been booed in my life. And that was crazy. But then I leave Iowa and I go to Arizona, New York, all this. And it's like, oh, you're from Iowa? They don't know me. They just know my resume. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've opened up for the Baby, Polo G, Pooh Shiesty, all these motherfuckers. And they're just like, oh, shit. And you're from Iowa? Bet. Come on in here. Let's see what you got. And it's kind of like how do I explain it? It's just like not a fresh start, but it's just like an opportunity to really just prove myself. It makes you go even harder. And it is the opposite. I go to New York and I get treated with loyalty. I have people who like want to pick me up from the airport and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. And here it's kind of just it's a love-hate relationship. But I will say Afro Man, all the work I've been putting in the summer, that was crazy. That was the most crazy show I've had in this city ever. Like I've had some good shows, but I was stage diving, I was signing titties. I felt like
I saw. We saw.
Dang, you know what I mean? It was crazy. So like I think going out there and doing that is also kind of proving to the people at home that like, oh shit, no, he's taking this seriously and we should take him seriously.
Yeah. Word. Is there hold on real quick, Gabe. One more follow-up on that. Is there something that you feel like big cities and especially big city communities take for granted in that aspect? Is it just the fact that like you don't know everybody here? Like is it that simple? Or is there something else?
I mean, I don't know if they take it for granted. I just think the a lot fast, and people with like-minded people who are like-minded seem to like sync up and vibe. And once you get that vibe, you guys will work better together. And I really enjoyed the fast-pacedness of big cities like New York, even Chicago when we did that. When you came out to that show, I enjoyed that a lot more than the slow pace of small town, small city.
I wanted to say because what you're describing fits perfectly into the line that you had in the song "Paid." I co-signed too many that never hit me up.
Yeah,
and it kind of feels exactly what you're describing right now is like people who knew you or people that you supported, and now that you've elevated and you're moving on into the next part of your career, sort of they're dragging your name or trying to drag you down as well. How do you? I know you kind of described like sort of what that feels like and the effects that it can have, but like how do you sort of stay motivated to try to block that stuff out? Because it's happening, but you also know that if you give it too much attention, there's nothing positive that's going to come out of it.
There's like two aspects to that. The first one is wanting to prove everybody wrong and wanting to be wanting to, like I said, prove everybody wrong. The second part of that is knowing who I am and knowing that I'm not that good at anything else. Like entertainment wise, I can act, I can model, whatever, but I'm not like I don't have like life skills. Like I can't even like really like change oil or do nothing like that. So like it's just kind of a survival thing too, because I have to make it. Otherwise, like this would be for nothing, and I gotta work at McDonald's when I'm 50.
Right.
Sam, let me jump in real quick. Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So about 3 years ago, I think I heard you say that somewhere or read something that was kind of around the time when you started doing music, about 2018, 2017. Is that about right?
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
So 2018 is when Saucy drops. You and OP Sav. Talk a little bit about like I need to hear about what is it like working with Mike and Sam and the OP team. But what was that like for you as a young artist? You yourself trying to find and navigate your way. What was that experience like?
It was so much fun, and every time I see these boys, it's always love. But yeah, for me, like I didn't start off really wanting to be a rapper. I just knew I wanted to do something in the industry. And actually, my boy Novet, shout out Novet, he put me on to OP Sav, and he's one of the rawest, if you ask me. Like I have a lot of friends who are very talented, and he's in my top 5 for sure. And he, we were chilling. He's like, bro, like these boys OP Sav, like their energy's like there's something different. Like
this fact.
Until I met them, I picked up on their energy in person, and I was still a kid. I was still learning. But that they actually are a reason, I am who I am today, for sure. Just because watching them, navigate through the city while they lived here and do their thing and make their fans and have their fans come out and show mad love. That was mad inspiration for me. So it was a lot of fun, and I will never ever forget that time in my life, because that kind of set a precedent of like where I want to be and what I want to elevate to and what I want to surpass. That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. You touched on this, not to change topics entirely, but you touched on your background in drama and acting. Talk a little bit about how that helps you, because I see things when you're on stage that seem derivative of that. You know what I mean? Like your ability to hold people's attention, your ability to crowd work. What did that foundation provide for you in this space?
Security of being in front of a crowd. People ask me all the time, are you nervous? No, I don't ever get nervous. I've played for a lot of people. I've done shows for like 4 people, but either way, like you never know who's in the room. And I always was taught that when I was doing theater and stuff, because people would come out from Broadway and stuff and see different productions we were in. Like the directors were always telling me, like, you never know who's in the room. Be put on, like, do your best show you can, whether you think someone's there or not. And so definitely like the aspect of just playing, like growing up, being in front of different crowds and having to literally like, do something that a lot of people don't even really fuck with in this day and age is it gave me power. Out there dancing my ass off in like costumes and makeup and, doing crazy stuff, doing voices and characters. And, so that kind of just shaped my ability to, I guess, be comfortable on stage and not really care what people think of me, when I'm on stage. And I don't know, I just really enjoy the energy of performing in general and the performance arts. So yeah, I would say mainly would be just my comfortability on stage.
Word.
Okay. Lex Bratcher, she gets on a lot of your records. She is absolute beast, by the way. Talk a little bit about
let's just take a minute to give Benny his props, because she is a hot ticket. I've tried to get her on this show before, and she has flat out told me no. So I know rappers, Missy Elliott, all types of rappers who would love to get Lex Bratcher on the track, but the man who has her is Benny the Jet.
That's my girl.
Word.
Talk about working with her, and how did you guys connect? Because obviously we can't connect with her.
I'll definitely talk to her. I'll try to get
we appreciate it.
But no, she's a homegirl. I found her because I've been a Futuristic fan since I was like in middle school, right? When he was blowing up, doing all that, the one takes and stuff. And he put out a project called Futuristic, where he just did he just collabed with hella artists. And there's this one where he had her and Michael Manelli both on the track. And Michael Manelli was already fired. Kind of knew about him a little bit because they were working together, but I never heard of Lex. And I remember I was listening to the track. And I'm like, oh, this is cool, you know. And she had the last verse in that song. It's called "Now or Never" remix. And so it's Michael, Futuristic, Crip, and then her. And so they did all their verses. They got to Lex. I remember just sitting there listening, and it was just like I was listening, and then my face just made that stank face. I was like, "Yo, who the fuck is this?" Oh, and
Right.
I was hooked ever since. And so I went out to Arizona to go see Futuristic and Michael's EP release show because me and Zach Futuristic, we had that track in the works and stuff, and I kind of wanted to talk to him in person in politics because he's a celebrity, and it shows it goes a long way to go out there and support him. So I wanted to show face and really talk to him. And we were out there with my ex-girlfriend, and we were out there, and I don't know what it is. Something in me just like decided to hit her up on Instagram, and because I knew she was out in the Phoenix area, and the show was like downtown Phoenix. And so I literally just asked her, like, "Yo, do you want to go to the show with me?" And she hit me back like, immediately, and it was like the same day of the show. She hit me back. It was like, "Yeah." And so like I bought her ticket for the show, and we met up like in front of the theater, and we immediately just started talking about music and our backgrounds and stuff, and we just hit it off. And the next day we were in the studio. So
Nice.
The rest is history. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I wanted to take a minute to talk about this network that you're building because it is incredibly unique. And I have some names written down here: Novet, Posey, Lex Bratcher, Michael Manelli, Shaky Sean, Futuristic, Obbs, Aaron Cohen is the one of the later ones that is around. Man, like you work probably harder than anybody out here. How are you connecting with these people, man? Like you're from, this is not supposed to happen for you. You're from Iowa.
Right. Oh, I mean, I was born in LA. I feel like it's kind of that mentality that
Right.
No, I don't know. Just I've been fortunate enough to reach out to artists and that I respect and I show love and they show love back. It's as you know, as an artist and being in different communities. I know Sam's lived different places and he's always shown love to local artists. And it's kind of just like it starts there, just supporting. I don't even remember how I got with Posey. I know he's local. He's an Iowa City like born and raised artist. I don't even remember how I got linked up with him, but I think I heard one of his songs, or like we had like the same videographer or something. And yeah, so I just hit him up and we did that. Aaron Cohen, I was a fan of Aaron for a little bit. That's another. I don't even remember how I found him, but I was a fan of him. I thought he was pretty raw. Oh no, actually, he hit me up. That was crazy. It was a few years back. He had a show in Iowa City. And this big show who used to run ESD Studios here, Aaron was like, "Yo, who are some artists here that are like cool, like that I should like try to network with?" He was doing his networking thing, and he just like reached out to me on Facebook, hella random, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this dude?" I like looked up his and yeah, so like it's a lot of different things. It hasn't always been just one thing. I found Michael through Futuristic. I met him at that show. I went to Arizona. I feel like that when I went out to Arizona, because I went out on vacation and to like go see the show.
Right.
I was supposed to be working, but and my ex was pissed about that. She was very upset because she wanted it to be a trip for us, and it ended up being a workcation instead of a vacation. But it kind of has always just been like right time, right place, or right place, right time. So yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's luck or I'm blessed or it's just the energy that I put out there. But
Right.
yeah, I don't really have an answer for you other than I am amazed sometimes at the connections I make too. So
Hey, sometimes no answer is the best answer. One follow-up question there before I let Gabe get some more off. Is there anybody left on the list that you would really like to get to that you haven't got to yet?
Post Malone. I saw him at Lala, and I've seen a lot of artists perform. I've seen like some artists perform, big or small, and he was the first person where I kind of understood why like Elvis and Michael Jackson had fans passing out and crying and stuff. It's just the energy he provided on stage. Lala's huge. I was in the back. I can't even really see him. I see him on the screens. But by the end of that show, me and all my friends, like I'm telling you, like my boy who works for the Cubs, my best friend, my homies, we're all crying at the end of his show. And I was like, damn, I want to have that impact. And like I understood a fraction of what people who like saw Michael Jackson or Tupac and these artists like would feel like seeing them perform. So he's been the only artist to make me feel that way when I've seen him live. And so I would love to work with him. I know the process would be so much fun, from recording to music video to everything would be a blast. So I'd love to work with Posty.
Word. A lot of Bud Light in that studio.
Correct.
We're at the 9 o'clock, but we got a couple more questions we want to get to before we let you go, Benny. But you mentioned like crowd surfing. How much trust do you have to have in the crowd to for them to carry you? So like before you made that leap, did you calculate that there's a possibility that they may not catch you?
Yeah, always. There's always that possibility. But what I look for is the strong men in the crowd, like the big dudes. If they're in the front or I see them in the crowd, I'll literally say like come. I'm not jumping unless y'all are up here. I'm like, yo, like bring your ass. I mean, like when I did Chicago, I knew Sam would be there because Sam always moshing and always doing his thing. So I was like Mike, Sam, the boys, like whoever, and like there's I don't know. You just gotta kind of feel the energy. There's definitely some like crowds like you can feel like they're not gonna catch. You gotta feel it out. And but the two things I look for is people who are big enough to catch and carry me, and the energy.
Word.
Right. Go ahead, Sam. Get your last question off before we break out.
Man, I mean, I just want to give you your props. I don't know that this is much of a question, and I don't know where you attribute this, man. But out of every performer I've seen, and it's interesting to have you on this show today with Junebug, who is also one of these sort of showman type people. When they get up on stage, they have this persona, they have this energy, man. I just wanted to give you your flowers, dude, because you are not just a rapper. Being a rapper is so boring. You are very truly and honestly a showman. And if anybody out there has a chance to go catch a Benny the Jet show in Arizona, New York, Chicago, even Iowa City, where they love the kid, definitely go do that because you know what you're doing up there.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, obviously your name origins from my favorite childhood movie, The Sandlot.
He wanted to ask this first thing. I just want to let you know that Weekend Gabe been holding this question in all day.
My son's name is Benny, by the way. But that's so. Well, what is your favorite scene from The Sandlot? Do you have one?
I mean that scene where they're all puking off the Ferris wheel, off the
dip.
But like we all been there as a kid, like not necessarily like chewing, but like as a kid, I feel like we all at one point like tried something, whether it was like cigarettes or beer or something, like
for me it was whiskey for sure.
And so like there's always that. I don't know, I just liked it because I did a lot of dumb shit as a kid, and so like to relate to being a good kid with your friends, like for me it was smoking cigarettes and shit, like it was gross, bro, but yeah, so that's probably my favorite scene.
That's funny. I was just watching it. It was on TV or it's on Disney Plus. That's what it is. And the scene where Benny's racing from the beast, and my son, who's 2.5, he absolutely loved that scene. Just watching Benny getting chased by the dog. So, anywho, Benny the Jet, thank you so much for giving us your time here on Weekend at Gabe's and sharing your story. Best of luck on the road. And where's your next stop at?
My next show is in Rock Island, Illinois on the 23rd. And then I head out like a few days later. I'll be in Arizona. I'm going to go out there a little early to see my homies, Lex and Code Break and all those motherfuckers and kick it, because I have a show, like I said, on the 29th with Lex. It's just me and her. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited for the energy in the building. I know her fans show out, so I'll be there. You killed the Afro Man show. Thank you, bro. You killed the Afro Man show too. But shout out my hype man in the chat right there. That showing love. But yeah, so I'll be in Arizona, and then like I said, immediately the next day I have a show in Florida. So I'm not really gonna be drinking or getting too rowdy at that show. So I'll be going out early to chill up with my friends, and then I'll be out in Florida for Halloween. We'll probably be out there for a couple of days just to celebrate Halloween with my media team and.
Real quick before we go, are you what's the Halloween costume this year, bro? You got a preview for us?
1 second, bro. Hold on.
Hey, this is guy.
We're breaking news. We're breaking exclusive,
baby. This is what we do here on this show. This is why you tune in. I know it's 9:05, everybody, but you're not tired. You don't want to go home. You want to see what Benny the Jet is wearing, bro. Miles Morales. Benny the Jet.
Yes, sir.
We love to see it. We love to see it. Weekend at Gabe's exclusive, baby. You don't get that anywhere else on the internet.
Man, I love you guys. Gabe, it was so nice to meet you. Sam, it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, buddy. Let us know when you're back in the city. We'll come out and see you.
Oh, I'll come see you before you see me.
All right. Sounds good. Benny, man, take care. Be safe on the road. Keep us in touch. And don't catch a sexual harassment case signing titties, all right? Just be careful out there.
Appreciate it, y'all. Have a good one.
All right. All right. Be safe. Benny the Jet joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. That was a great return show. Great job, Sam, booking that. And Sam was like, Gabe, I think these guests may be a little bit too much for you, so just brace yourself. But I love June.
Yeah, bro. I was really scared that you would not like Junebug at all. But you really did. You enjoyed both.
I really like June's story. The records are a lot to digest, but I could feel there's a line in one of the records from Colt where he's like, "Fuck the law and fuck your team," and I was like, I feel that. I absolutely feel that.
I relate to that.
So through all the gunplay and putting bullets in people, I was like, that line actually stuck with me. I was like, I feel that. That's cool. That resonates definitely. But no, I love his story. Doing the research on him, it makes absolute sense. And also, he's a guy who's trying to not only do the music art part of it, but also handle the business side and educating himself so that he can build his brand and build his platform to be at the highest it could be. And I think that he's definitely going to make it at some point. I have to imagine with as unique music as he makes, there is an outlet for him, and there's a fan base that hasn't heard him yet who is absolutely going to love him. And I'm really happy that we got him early in his career, because I'm pretty sure we may not see him again.
Fair enough, man.
So,
fair enough. And it was awesome having Benny. It was awesome having Benny on the show, because I saw little boy Ben, and he is come a long way himself. So shout out to him.
He's killing it.
Tours all over the US.
I really wanted to see. Yeah, I wanted to see that This Is 50. He posted a clip of it on his IG, and I went to This Is 50 and they didn't have it up yet. So I'm interested to see the full clip if it ever comes out.
Hell
so, but yeah, man, he's out there doing it, man. I appreciate you got to appreciate people's hustles to just not stay in one place and keep it moving and keep, knocking on doors, taking advantage of opportunities, breaking up with people to chase opportunities. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Absolutely, man. And we had two guests on the show, but we did three things, Gabe. What did we do, Gabe?
News?
No, we shared. We supported. We showed love. That's what I'm talking about. Weekend of Games is back, everyone. We are back on Thursday.
We're out here.
Preview Thursday, real quick before we get out of here.
All right, we got Fable, who has a new record. He's an OG in the game. He's been around for a while. And then Zav
the Ripper. All the way from New Jersey, I believe. But I haven't got my questions or my research together for that yet. But I will be prepared come Thursday. Gonna be a great show. Gonna be a huge show.
C Money Wave says that we always come with the facts, and he hasn't told a lie yet.
Yeah, that's facts. We love See Money Wave being in the chat. Shout out to everybody who came through the chat today. It was a very busy chat space today. So much love to everybody who did that, and hopefully you guys stick around for future episodes.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Sam already did it. Share, support, show love. Check us out on Thursday at 8 o'clock right here back on Twitch on Weekend at Gabe's. Well, Weekend Gabe and the Real Sam Crane. Also give us a follow on those socials beneath us. Weekend Gabe, Weekend at Gabe's, the Real Sam Crane. Every day we're trying to post. In case you missed the episodes from earlier this year, a couple of weeks, we've been absolutely killing it, revisiting some great episodes that we've had, and we got some more that are going to be coming up. I didn't do it today, Sam. I'm busy.
Hey, no cap. I didn't even want you to do it today. I didn't even really want you to do it yesterday.
We're going to get them out there because we got to catch people, got to know what we're doing. So, all right, everyone, enjoy the rest of their Tuesday. Go Sox on Thursday night. As hopefully when we go live, the Sox will be up 1-0 over the Astros. So, fingers crossed, send positivity out there. Sam, I will talk to you soon. See you on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
All right, everyone, be safe. Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe. Thanks for checking out this latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's. Click on any of the links swirling around my head and also hit the subscribe button while you're here. Thanks for checking out us here on YouTube.